The most dangerous force that can destroy your life is not your enemy. It is not misfortune. Right now, someone is throwing it all away. A career, a marriage, years of work. And it takes less than 10 seconds with one invisible weapon, the loss of control. The greatest secret of high performers is not talent, it is that they have mastered a single narrow gap, the deadly space between what provokes them and how they choose to respond. Control that space, and no one can defeat you. In the Western philosophy of Stoicism, there is a foundational principle. You cannot control the world around you, but you have complete control over how you respond to it. Emotions are not destiny, they are simply data. Learning to govern your anger and your temper is not just a soft skill, it is the ultimate operating system that decides the quality of your relationships, your health, and the entire trajectory of your career. Psychology has a name for the moment you lose control. It is called the amygdala hijack. When rage erupts, the primitive brain, the part built purely for survival, seizes command. It shuts down logical thinking and leaves you ready to burn everything to the ground. Consider a classic story about the danger of impulse. A man returns home late in the dark and sees a shadowy figure lying on the bed beside his wife. Blinded by fury, he draws a gun and prepares to pull the trigger. But because he had trained one simple habit, to step back and wait 10 seconds before acting, he turns on the light first. And there, in the sudden brightness, he sees the truth. It is his own mother who had arrived for an unexpected visit. Knowing how to hit the emergency brake saved him from a tragedy he could never have undone. The great psychiatrist Viktor Frankl once wrote that between stimulus and response there is always a space, and in that space lies our power to choose our response. Every emotion has a very short lifespan. When conflict flares, restraining that first impulse is how you build a wall that protects you from mistakes that can never be reversed. In the modern world of business, Warren Buffett put it plainly, if you cannot control your emotions, you will never control your money. Raw intelligence may help you walk through the door, but emotional intelligence, your EQ, is what allows you to stay at the top. People with extraordinary talent but brutal tempers, the toxic achievers, eventually isolate themselves. Their careers always carry the risk of a sudden collapse. The opposite is also true. Leaders who stay level-headed do not just excel at solving crises, they create a kind of gravity that pulls in the best people and the best opportunities. In a practical world, a calm and gracious temperament is a form of social capital, and it pays enormous compound interest. Anger is never contained within one person. It is a systemic infection. Psychology describes something called the kick-the-cat effect. An angry boss scolds an employee. That employee carries the resentment home and shouts at his child. The child, now furious, kicks the family cat out into the street. The cat startles a truck driver who swerves and causes an accident. Your bad temper will always find a way to fall on the people who are closest and most defenseless, turning your own home into a field of emotional landmines. And there is more.
Medical science has proven that anger is a brutal tax levied on your biological body. Every time you erupt in rage, your system floods with stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. Over time, this constant fight-or-flight state weakens your immune system, raises your blood pressure, hardens your arteries, and triggers a long list of chronic inflammatory conditions. Losing your temper is like drinking poison yourself and hoping the other person is the one who falls.
People who think at the highest level see conflict in very practical terms. If you are right, you do not need to be angry, because the truth and the logic are already on your side. If you are wrong, you have no right to be angry at all. Life is like a problem of optimizing your mental bandwidth. Instead of pouring your energy into raging against the things you cannot change, focus it on solving the problem in front of you. Calm is not a sign of weakness or surrender. It is the highest expression of inner strength and complete self-mastery. When you stop reacting on impulse, the world is forced to move at your pace. So here's what it all comes down to. Governing your temper is not about suppressing your feelings in some hollow, joyless way. It is the life strategy of those who operate at the highest level. By building a moment of silence before you respond, by valuing emotional intelligence above raw talent, and by seeing anger for what it truly is, an investment that only ever loses, you protect your health, you strengthen every relationship, and you unlock the highest limits of your career. Your emotions are a signal, they are never a command. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you paused for 10 seconds and it changed everything? Tell me in the comments below.